Ladies and gentlemen, the most exciting stage show you've ever witnessed.
All right. Yeah, you guys. This is a Tuesday, and this is a bros night, and we're all here except for one bro, which is talking in the green room, but apparently he's not here.
He's too good to actually join us.
Right. And that would be Billy Tucci. We have Andy Smith. We have editing Aaron Lepresti, Graham Nolan. I should say Aaron, the man known by many names. How about that?
I'm constantly rotating.
AKA like Lopez.
Revolving doors of names.
Yeah.
AKA Eric.
Lopez.
Yeah, and apparently Bullet has already taken shots at Shane Davis, and John Malin's King Show said, you better learn how to pitch your book, Lopez. Shots fired.
I know he's I was gonna go by Shane's example, but Shane's example is to tell you the entire book so you don't actually have to buy it and read it. So I'm I'll take my lumps, though. I'm not the best promotion person, that's for sure.
But you're doing okay. Your Wraith of God 3 is doing good, so that's all that matters. So whatever you're doing, it's working. That's all we know. That's all we know. All right, you guys. We're gonna get into kitsch. And what we don't have to get right into it, but we're gonna jump around with many topics. So hopefully these guys got something else to talk about. But we got this day in comic book history. We'll get into that too. But I just wanted to say, like the kitsch thing, just to warm it up. The reason that I got going on this is because of Cracker Barrel. Because I had a theory, like the reason that the whole Cracker Barrel thing didn't work is because people want the kitsch. They want it back. They don't want to lose the kitsch. So we'll get into that a little bit more. But first, let's get into this week in comic book history. Are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
Yes.
Born ready? Yeah. Apparently, 1913, the birth of Sid Shores, a prolific American comic book artist best known for his work on Captain America during the golden age at Timely Comics. And that would be the Marvel Comics predecessor. Yeah. Shores inked and penciled thousands of issues, you guys, thousands, capturing the patriotic heroism of WWII era stories. So apparently, this guy's a big
World War II art.
What's that?
WWII is World War II, I think.
Yeah.
Man, if Billy was here, he'd slap you through the screen.
No, it's WWII.
1-1.
Oh yeah, haven't you guys ever heard it referred to WWII?
No.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Never heard.
Well, I mean, a lot of us were not in elementary school like the year after the war ended. So maybe that's how they referred to it when you were in school.
Art still calls World War I the Great War.
Yeah. Listen, Nolan. You don't have a lot of room to talk. You know?
I got 5 months.
You got 5 months of room to talk. And you guys know who this Lee Mars is?
I heard
right,
the name.
isn't it?
1945 pioneering female comic book creator and underground comics artists. Do we need to get into this?
Not really.
Not
No.
really.
I've
Okay.
never heard of them. So
Back to
All
Sid
right.
Shores, though, when Captain America got his own book at Marvel in the late 60s, Sid Shores was inking Jack Kirby on that.
That's
Are you
right.
serious?
Yeah,
I
he
didn't know
inked
that.
You didn't know that?
yeah, like he started with Tales of Suspense 99, 98, 97, something like that. And then he inked it through like 10 he did 101. Well, actually, he skipped around, but he went through like 109. He inked a lot of those Kirby issues. A lot of people didn't like him on that, but I loved it. I loved those issues that Sid Shores inked over Kirby.
Yeah, I didn't mind it. It was like a in between of Senate and Coletta. It wasn't super slick, but it wasn't, as scritchy as
Yeah.
Coletta was.
Well, it was interesting the way they worded it in this day in comic book history. It said inker penciler, so maybe he's more known as the inker of Jack Kirby. Inking somebody like Jack Kirby would probably put you on the map.
Yeah, I think so.
He took over pencils for Captain America when Kirby went into the army.
Okay,
Yeah,
but that was during the WWII era, right?
No, it was during the WW2 era.
Big old WW2.
Billy, have you ever heard World War II referred to as WWII?
No.
Okay, I rest my case.
Ever.
Billy's the ultimate authority.
I strike that conversation.
That's four. That's a
That's
quorum.
four. Okay.
That's a quorum.
All right,
Yeah.
somebody in the chat,
Watching.
come on, back me up. All right, and let's see what else we got. 66 was a good time. I was 5, and the Batman TV series was running strong. So the New York Comic Con, an early predecessor to modern conventions like the New York Comic Con, takes place at the Park Sheraton Hotel. This 2-day event organized by Phil Schuling.
Suing.
Yeah,
Bill Schuling. Yeah. Suling, I guess it is.
Yeah, helped professionalize fan gatherings and boosted direct market sales. How long did that show go? Because for some reason, I think I went to one of those.
I think it went into the 90s, didn't it?
Yeah,
No.
Yeah, it changed hands though.
Yeah, it wasn't Suling. Phil Suling was
Oh.
like up till the early 80s, I
Greenberg.
think, and then-
Greenberg bought it.
Yep.
from
Yeah,
him.
Yes.
Greenberg.
That's it. Okay, yeah.
Greenberg was the first
Fred
guy to bring
Greenberg.
it to the Javits Center.
Yes.
But I remember
in the 90s,
he
I think
brought
they're
it to the
still running
Javits.
those ads that look the same.
But I still remember that hotel, like going to that hotel to a show. So that might have been Fred Greenberg. Fred was a good guy, man. I like Fred.
Yeah,
got,
well, he stole some art from me.
Did he?
Yeah,
Really?
I've heard, different things.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, I hate his guts.
There you go.
What-
He's worse
wait,
than,
I got it.
Lou Ferrigno.
It's tangent time, like we like to do. Graham, you can't just drop that nugget and leave it. What did
Well,
he steal?
you know,
What happened?
I did the he would publish these little magazines, and they were like on
You mean
Newsprint.
comic books?
Well, no, they were about comics, and
Fanzine.
like a fanzine type thing. And then he did this whole issue on Bane, and so I did a cover for it, and then he used interior drawings from the book. But I did a brand new cover for that thing, and I never got the art back.
Oh man.
Wow.
Yeah, I
Do
think
you have an image of it? Not now, but just in general. Do you have a copy?
I don't.
Oh, that sucks.
I know what it looks like. I've seen it online.
Oh, okay.
Of the
like
magazine.
someone has it, like in comic
Not the artwork, not the artwork, the
I was
magazine.
going to say, you've seen it sold 3 times online
Yeah,
already.
if I seen the artwork, I'd
It
go
keeps
after
going
the guy.
higher and higher.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
a couple of things about that New Year's show is one. So in February of '96, there was supposed to be the New York Comic Con. They had a big '95, and they were doing it. And apparently, Fred Greenberg, his name was right, took the money.
Yeah, it's Fred Greenberg.
and took the money from all the exhibitors and all the and the dealers and all that, and never paid the Javits Center for the fee to get in, something like that, and just disappeared. And that's what started those church cons.
Wow.
that Carbonaro put on it at a church in
Yeah,
Manhattan,
basement of
in
that
the
church that
basement.
was close by the. Yeah, what happened? What I heard was that they got shut down by the fire marshal.
Oh,
because they had
That happened one year too. I remember that.
well, then forgive
What-
me.
what year was that?
If
What-
I'm
what year was-
tarnishing the name of Fred Greenberg, I would have put out there right away that I apologize if that's it. That's the story I had heard. But
So
Could've
wait,
been like
what year
95?
was the fire? Do you know what the year of the fire?
95-ish.
well, 95 he put it on. The show was a
Okay.
huge success. Then he was doing it in 96.
Okay.
Again, it was a big show. And then for some reason they shut everybody
They
out.
shut it down, and people migrated over to that church basement,
Yeah.
and then it was
Wow.
Yep.
and had
And
like
Because
sort of-
I might have been at that show, like maybe if it was 94, because I know I did that show. I was next to the Beavis and Butthead guy. He wasn't huge yet. I forget his name.
Mike
And
Jordan.
then Jay Lee was next to me, and then I was there, and that was kind of the aisle, and we had so many people just gathering around that the fire marshals had to come in and move us. So I guess there
the show
were.
actually opened. I thought it never even opened. That might have
No.
been in 95. He had to move. They didn't close the whole con down, though, did they?
No. I guess where I'm going is like they've had a lot of fire marshal problems at that show, and that they were like moving people around and stuff during the show because of potential fire problems of
Yeah, and
people gathering and stuff.
if you left the show when the fire marshals locked it down, you couldn't get back in because
Oh
you know
shit!
X amount of people are allowed in at any one time.
Oh,
under
I
their
remember
law.
that now. That's right. And then you look at New York Comic Con now. They got 275,000 people there.
Well, they have the whole Javits Center.
They had
not
the
that
whole
one
show
room.
now. Yeah.
He was cramming us all into one. It was like one small venue, and it's like all these. We were getting pressed on before they, like in '93 when I was there with Malibu.
Yeah,
and Shelley was pregnant.
I think that was the first year at the Javits Center, wasn't it? 93.
It might have been because we were up against the wall. We had, our tables, and then we had about maybe 3 feet to 4 feet behind us to the wall. There were so many people, and they were pressing against the table, and it was like you couldn't even get out to go to the bathroom. And of course, Shelley was pregnant, so she had to go to the bathroom like every 20 minutes. And it was just like it was really. We were getting anxiety because there were so many people, and it just felt like you could get crushed at any minute.
I do remember that show, and I remember trying to just check in, and there were hordes of people just in that entry area.
Yeah.
Do
you guys remember the woman that walked around? I guess they're cosplayers. She was a dominatrix, and her boyfriend was on all fours with a spike collar and a leash on and a diaper. You remember that, Aaron?
I do remember that.
Yeah, and he
Debbie.
What's that?
It was me and Debbie. Someone really did it.
I remember seeing that going, holy shit, what kind of business am I in?
I know. It's like, what
back in the old days. Well, back to this day in comic book history, we have the birth of Will Elder, a Mad Magazine legend whose satirical illustrations influenced humor comics for decades. His work on Panic and early Mad issues parodied pop culture and with exaggerated chaotic energy. Yeah, chaotic energy. I like that.
And Mark, you said nothing happened in comics this week or today.
I think Andrew said that. I never said that.
Bus right over.
Throw Andy under the bus.
Just so the chat knows, Art put that in the green room. Nothing happened on this day. And within like 5 seconds, I'm typing, Billy's typing, Andy's typing.
Well, hey, I checked with Grok, and they just gave me a bunch of BS. But then Andy told me kind of how to prompt, Grok to get Grok better.
I just typed in what happened in comics this week.
That's all I did too. What happened in comics?
Well, all it said,
comic history.
Yeah, what it said. I think my original was what was it? What is the Black Comics? Was it Millennium? What was that? Milestone. It said Milestone or something like that. And then, of course, the great Peter David was born in 56.
Yeah, he would have been
Peter David.
69 today.
Crickets.
I want to
Crickets.
circle back to Will Elder. If you guys ever read Mad Magazines, like he did that. Remember that Shadow parody of the Shadow? That was where Will Elder, and that was like, the Shadow ended up beating the crap out of Margot in that story at the end, and I was like, you can't get away with this today, man.
Didn't Will Elder do that one about the guy? He was like the ultimate escape artist, and they threw him into this prison. It was escape proof, and he was able to dig his way out with a nasal hair. He had this big nose, and he had the big nose hair out.
He like a
digs
mole,
his way
right?
out of the prison.
He looked like a mole.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep.
That was hysterical.
I'm looking. Yeah, he did a lot of cool stuff, man.
Yeah, he was one of the EC guys, and then he was like the first editor. He and Harvey Kurtzman did Mad Magazine for Bill Gaines.
Yep.
I see Sherlock Sholmes, but I don't see the. Here's the.
Oh.
You know what? Okay, here it is. The Shadow. Okay.
But it
Let me
was
see if
called
I can
the Shadow
save this.
Shadow knows exactly what it was called, but
who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The Shadow do.
The Shadow do.
The Shadow do. Howdy do, folks.
Howdy do. All right, I got it.
Margot.
Here we go. So if you guys want to know a little bit more about Mr. Elder, I got it here. Boom. So this is that Shadow.
Marcus Killigrew says, boy, it would be nice if Art knew something about comics.
I know how to draw them. Do I need to know anything else?
Billy.
Well, Billy knows how to draw comics too. So is this the one that you were talking about?
Yep. This is it.
This is the one Aaron was talking about.
Yep.
Okay.
Looking on that dude's pants on the right. The guy standing at the bench. Look at that inking. Great stuff.
Yeah.
Look at that. I love
Yeah, one guy at the table with a knife in his back. He has no pants on.
You know what? He's losing. Oh, they're playing strip poker because that other guy doesn't have any pants on either.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
Poker.
Yeah.
The guys playing strip poker.
I like the guy drinking out of the pot on the right side there. He's got a straw.
Too, I think a spittoon. He's drinking out of the spittoon.
That is not a spittoon. How dare you?
Well, he's got it on his head. The other guy.
The other guy's got a spittoon. Oh yeah, the guy sitting by the door. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Look at that last panel. It is so great. With everything leaning into her and the guns. It's like you can just feel the energy just going whoop, right there. So great. And those faces.
Yep.
Yeah, this is perfect.
You can tell these guys got paid pretty well for the time because they put a lot of work into this. These artists put a lot of work into what they were doing.
Yeah,
that page was what? Probably twice up as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
57%.
Yep.
Hey, do you guys know what family entrance means, or all these boxes with 2 dots on them on the walls means?
No, what?
Family entrance probably just means come up from the sewer.
Yeah,
So
family
that's a jab there. I don't know what
Yeah.
boxes are.
It's just a joke.
Yeah. And one of Billy's people are here where they framed in the deer's ass.
I always wanted to do that, but it's like it's a lot of money.
It's huge.
To do that.
Yeah, and then there's a switch on the wall, like you know how those old like electronic switches, like in Frankenstein.
Yeah, where you have to make a connection.
Yeah. Oh my god,
that dude's got a knife in his back. Unless that,
I know.
You're right.
Yeah, he's got a knife in his back.
What's with the guy's foot sticking up too over there?
It's coming out of his head, his hat.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea. This is some crazy ass shit.
Look at the guy under the card table. The guy's feet are. He's like, there's a guy unconscious under the card table. And
Hold that back up. Hold that back up.
Okay, hold on. Boom.
Because Bill Gaines was one of the guys that was called in front of the committee that was trying to tear down comics.
Yeah.
And Kefauver, the guy up in the TV box, it says Kefauver Crime Committee.
Yeah.
He was
Oh,
one of the
okay.
senators the senators that was pushing for the destruction of comics.
Oh, wow.
wow.
Yeah.
Hey, can you share that art in our little chat room? I love the.
Chlorophyll whiskey up there
Yeah.
on the wall.
Oh my gosh, it'll knock your ass out.
Yeah, I like how the heads are all turned around so far, with the backs just like not even turning at all. You just got
Yeah.
Like
there's,
an owl.
there's no bone or muscle structure. I
No.
think these are elevator buttons
Maybe.
on
Yeah,
the wall
maybe.
here. That's
Yeah,
driving me
maybe.
crazy. And what's this guy hooked up to some kind of AC with flies all over him? I don't know what.
Getting
the hell.
electrocuted.
AC, I think that's a battery.
Yeah, he's getting
Oh.
electrocuted.
Oh,
or something.
AC/DC. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like a
So he's
charger.
using direct current, which is strange, isn't it?
Yes, that is
He's using
strange.
alternating current.
Well, isn't direct current would be plugged into the box? It says. I don't know. I don't.
Yeah.
You're digging a little deep here.
Yeah, I don't even.
Yeah.
know. But I think.
Well,
that-
anyways, that guy was born and apparently he changed comic book history. Michael Urey, key DC
Really?
Comics
I know
editor and
Michael.
writer whose books like
remember
the Kryptonian Age and Back Issue magazine preserved the history of Silver and the Bronze Age.
He's a great guy.
Doesn't he have another book? He's got that Back Issue, but I thought there was another.
I think he does stuff for Tomorrows, doesn't he?
No, he's
That's it.
retired. He's retired now.
Oh, he's retired, now?
isn't he?
But
Yeah,
he was, I think.
Yeah, he did. He did stuff for Tomorrow's for well over a decade, if I remember correctly, because he lives north of here. But yeah, he's retired now.
Yeah, he did. He did that one. He did a Captain Action special, and I think they used one of my pieces for the cover. So that was
He
very.
was an editor at DC for a while.
Yep,
That's what it said. Yeah.
Yep.
So, anyways, you guys, this wraps up today. Comic book history.
Can I just say one thing I'm going to say? I just want to throw this out there. I love that idea of those dudes playing strip poker. I just think it's so funny. And I'm just wondering, maybe like at the next show we're all at together, we'll have a panel and we'll play strip poker.
We could do it right now. Just find an online poker game, and everybody has to be honest with
Say about it, right?
I just took a sock off.
Come on.
Well, I think Aaron begs to differ with the gay thing.
No, Aaron's not gay because he just said his wife was pregnant with a baby. Or whatever the show
Not his baby.
I mean, the kids both look like Shelly. I don't see any of Aaron in either of those two kids. So,
Dang, that went. Damn.
plus, I mean, one of his kids is black, I think. So, I mean,
Oh, my Well,
He looks a lot like Simon Bisley. That's all I have to say.
Aaron, are you Sicilian like me?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
So is Shelley.
Is she? Oh
Yeah.
boy. Is it loud
Shelley
here?
was-
now?
She's
Shelley's
like
what?
part American Indian and part like Sicilian.
Oh my
Sicilian.
God.
Oh.
You know.
And
She's
Dino
a hot-blooded.
Palacio. Oh my gosh.
Aaron is gay. Why am I not surprised?
on Aaron's next show, he's going to remember, and you're getting a cannonball whether you like it or not.
Dude, oh yeah, I'm always on the lookout for Andino. He's always got something to say, and it's usually not
Complimentary?
yeah, exactly.
Sometimes I'll say, you know what, Andino, if you're nice to me, I might like one of those pieces of artwork you post up on X. Might. I bribe him.
Might.
Yes, I try to bribe him. All right. Thank you, Paul Taylor, for $10 super chat. I don't want to see guys playing strip poker. Good for you, Paul.
Does he want to play?
It's going to take more than $10, Paul.
That's right. If you don't want to
$10 Canadian, which is like $6
Canadian.
US.
yeah, we need to get at least $100 in super chats for us not to do it, or we're starting to play.
Oh, we're playing.
Yeah. It'll make it rain, Paul. Make it rain. Each one of us should get like a $10 Canadian. Yeah. Otherwise, I definitely know that Billy's already taken his clothes off. He doesn't need much of an excuse to take his
I
clothes
have
off.
no pants on.
I was going to say he's
Join the club.
Generally,
Join the club.
generally, people pay Billy to keep his clothes on. I mean,
Yes,
how it
That's
works.
true.
Yes.
That's true.
100%.
All right, you guys. Well, Kitsch, I was thinking a little bit deeper about kitsch the other day when this whole like Cracker Barrel thing went down, and I was noticing like people were getting really pissed off, like, oh my gosh, why is this going away? The porch, the old guy, all this like nostalgia stuff. And so I was like, why are people getting so pissed off? And then I noticed that there's a trend, like all the kitschy stuff that we grew up with, which I got some images and stuff I'll show you guys. It's just kind of going away. So I was kind of thinking, like, what's wrong with kitsch? Like, it's like taboo now. It's like society is just exercising the kitsch demons, and everything's just becoming generic slop. It's all like, it looks like Starbucks or some kind of,
That's the progressive way, Art.
What's that?
That's the progressive way. Destroy everything old and beautiful and replace it with
Right.
postmodernism that is ugly and looks like
there's an actual
1984.
term for this. It's called blanding. It's taking
Blanding?
Is it really?
It's taking a brand and making it worse, making it blander than it was.
Well, if
Okay.
you look across the board, like it's almost like all companies are like, this is like their kryptonite. They're all running, like as far away as they can. I have noticed a little bit that McDonald's is starting to embrace it a little bit in their packaging and stuff. They're bringing back some of the McDonald land stuff. And then even like KFC, which they didn't totally bail their, on the roots, like I heard somebody say or talking about KFC. Well, that was part of their blanding of KFC. But the thing is, those initials were kind of earned from people that went there. You know what I mean? It wasn't a corporate like mandate or anything.
Right.
They embraced it after people just started using, the abbreviation. So there's KFC, and then even like Disney, who've been trying to exercise all their kitsch, are starting to come back a little bit to that. So I don't know. How do you guys feel? Do you feel like that that there is definitely a move towards getting rid of kitsch, and then replacing it?
I think they were trying to. I think your progressives were trying to get rid of it, as Graham pointed out, the blanding, as to get rid of anything old and good and make everything into this kind of socialist gray that doesn't offend anybody but doesn't exactly excite anybody either. And I think now we're seeing the rebellion of the more conservative way of thought and getting back to the good old days and traditionalism and things like that. And so now you see, as kitsch fell out of favor, now you see it coming back in because we're all longing to get away from this crap that we've been inundated with and get back to the good old nostalgia, like Mrs. Butterworth right here.
God bless Butterworth.
So they deem this racist, I think, is why they got rid of it.
Yeah.
But was Miss Butterworth, was she ever like anything other than the bottle like image, or was there an actress that played her?
Well, no, I thought, didn't they get to a commercial at one point? Yeah, they did. Where the bottle was animated, right?
Right.
I'm not misremembering that, am I?
Yeah.
No. It was animated.
It was either Mrs. Butterworth or it was Aunt Jemima.
Well, his Aunt Jemima got canceled because she was black. I don't know that Mrs. Butterworth is black. She's just an old lady, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's where I was going with it. Like, I think they assumed because it's a clear bottle and the syrup is brown that she was, of ethnic, some kind of ethnic descent.
It's very possible.
Yeah.
Can you imagine they were like, that's it, get rid of the food coloring, so now it's clear. And they'd be like, oh, why's the bitch got to be white? What's up with that?
They may have got rid of this because they deemed it as offensive to women. So that's another possibility too.
Great.
Yeah, that women are sweet and loving and love pancakes and love cooking them for their family.
Right.
What?
Exactly.
That's horrible.
Exactly.
That's disgusting. But yeah, like if you guys, did you guys bring up was it Aunt Jemima?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's a whole history on Aunt Jemima. And you know what? She was a celebrity, not just Aunt Jemima, but the actress that played her. And in Disneyland, they had an Aunt Jemima like restaurant, and they had a actress that played Aunt Jemima, and she would greet people and seat them and stuff like that. And then I guess somebody got uppity and thought it was racist. I don't know how you consider being racist, but they did. And so they got rid of all that. And so the thing about when you deem these things racist, you also destroy these actors and these people's legacy. You know what I mean? Because now they're shamed. Like all the voice actors and people that were in Song of the South, you know, that actor that played Uncle Remus, that I think that guy won an Academy Award for Best Song or something like that. You know what I mean? But now his legacy is so tarnished, no one even talks about it.
So it's not really him. I mean, you know, who played Uncle Remus, but the guys who made the fucking Tar Baby and stuff. I mean,
yeah, they locked up that movie for years.
Yeah, well, there were some racist elements to it, but the thing is, like, I always think, like, if we're talking about racist and racism, right, or like not like where you say it's really bad, I think there has to be intent. There has to be some kind of hate. Agree. There has to be something behind it, because like I don't think anybody in the Disney Corporation had hate in their mind when they created Song of the South, because that took like 4 years to make, or whatever the hell it took to make. That's a lot of commitment towards hate, you know.
Well, and you know, Disney changed out the log ride. It was Song of the South was the whole ride. What do you call it? Where the log ride goes.
The flume? The flume?
Yeah.
Yeah, but what's the name of the ride? It's not called the log ride. It's called the
what's it called?
Oh, damn.
But anyway, they changed it.
Adventureland, right?
Yeah, they changed it so now that it's all.
Oh, it's called Splash. It was called Splash Mountain.
Splash Mountain. They changed it also now. I believe it's Princess and the Frog in there, which was a fine movie, but it's like, I mean,
Princess with the Mustache, is that the one?
What's that?
Princess with the Mustache.
Oh my God, Disney! That's right from last night. You missed that. Oh my God.
Why? What did I miss?
I'll find it.
I missed it too. So.
But anyway, yeah. So I think the daughter of the actor that played one of the voices on Song of the South, she was saying like her father's legacy and how bad this was, that they deemed it racist and stuff. And so like her father's legacy is just tarnished because Disney didn't just go, you know what? It was a movie of the time. We put it out there. Right. There was no hate. There was none of that. It was a different it was a different time that we're depicting. And also when we made the movie in the 40s or 50s or whenever it was made, that was a different time as well. So there has to be some kind of forgiveness. Don't just get rid of
Tom and Jerry cartoons.
Yeah, you can't go back and cancel history. I mean, they want to do it, but it's like history is what it was, and if you get rid of it, you don't learn from it or anything else. You know,
put a disclaimer on there saying there are aspects in this film that might offend people. It was part of the culture at the time, and blah blah blah, and move on.
Well, that's what I'm pretty sure that's exactly what they did with the Tom and Jerry cartoons, where you only saw the maid's legs, and it was a black woman and stuff. So I'm pretty sure at the beginning they put a disclaimer on it.
They've done that on some of the Warner Brothers too. If you get the collection of the Warner Brothers cartoons, they'll have disclaimers on there for.
Yeah, they got to do that. Like I don't know. I grew up watching Abbott and Costello movies.
Oh yeah,
and it never,
brother. Here we go.
To me in some of them. And there's some aspects in there where you're like, oh my God, really? You're gonna do that? It's like this guy, he gets up there and they're doing a song and dance routine. It's called Me and My Shadow. And and he's in top hats and tails, and all of a sudden this young black guy, like a teenager, comes out and he's mimicking him like a shadow. It's like, it's me and my shadow strolling down the avenue, and this guy is doing the same thing with his top hat and stuff, and it's like totally racist. It's terrible, and it has nothing to do with the movie. It's like they put the song and dance thing in there just to have a song and dance routine,
right.
And then in their big one, buck privates. They're on the train, and the troops are all heading off to basic training and all that kind of stuff. And the Andrews sisters are on there, and they start like a Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy song like this. And the coachman, or what do you call the guy who like takes the tickets in the train?
Engineer.
Not the
Conductor.
engineer.
Conductor.
Yeah, he's I guess he's like a conductor, but he's a black guy, and he's going around, and he says, and then it comes to the point where he says, "I'm Uncle Sammy's fair-haired boy," like that, as part of the song, and it's like, yeah,
there are just some things.
Well, the thing is, wouldn't you go like less racism and more like racially insensitive?
Yeah,
like some of this stuff, because I don't really think there was any kind of malice, with this stuff. I really think they thought they were entertaining people.
Right.
Yeah. Well, there's also
Trying
some
to be
real,
funny or whatever. Yeah.
Even as kids, you looked at it and you laugh your ass off, be like, "Ooh, that's pretty rough." Like,
oh yeah,
rascal. Like, remember when Stymie's on the stove and he's cooking?
Yeah, and he wipes his sweat off.
Oh man, his show is hot. And he takes his thing and you just see black sweat against the wall. I was a kid, you laugh, but you're like, oh my god, because I grew up in a town like half black, and we laughing like, damn.
Actually, that is really funny though. How about this?
Yeah, look at that.
Oh man, that is great. That is great.
Yeah.
McDonald's has gone. Have you guys seen?
That hamburger is scary, man. I mean,
oh yeah, totally. but as kids, I mean, I was a kid during this time. None of them were like, "Oh my god, I'm scared. I'm so scared of these guys." And just the architecture of the restaurant. There's a meme that shows like what the restaurant looked like in the 70s and 80s, and it was unique and everything. And now it's just
the golden
branding. It's just a square box.
It's cold.
Yeah, it's just Starbucks. Yeah, it's very sterile, and the whole thing is, I always thought like, well, McDonald's was trying to get the kid audience. You know what?
Yeah.
It wasn't really making any bones that this was like fine dining or anything. Yeah. This is a place like, your kid gets out of school, they're hungry, you drive through, you get them a cheeseburger and some fries, and then you go.
Happy Meal.
It was a treat when we were
kids. They had the plate.
Like, we go like, mom doesn't want to cook. We're going to McDonald's. You're like, yeah. But I went to McDonald's. I got to tell you, I broke down and went to the McDonald's the other day, and I walked in, and there's a screen where you got to punch everything. It is so sterile and cold. There's nobody in there. The people in the back, you don't see them until you pay and they bring your food out.
Right.
So I'm sitting there and I'm trying to figure out. And I got pissed off, and so I'm figuring I'll go in the drive-thru. I go to the drive-thru and I'm like, listen, do you have like a 2 hamburger meal? And she says no. I'm like, fine. Let me get 2 hamburgers, a large fry, and a medium chocolate shake, and it cost me $16 like 70 cents.
Oh, I believe it.
And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Well, that's another thing where they're go ahead.
You had mentioned Art, and Billy just said McDonald's is very sterile looking inside.
Yeah.
But the irony is that now with these touch screens, it is like a toilet. Those touch screens, when they swab them, have fecal matter on them.
Oh Lord.
That's it. Aaron's done. He's like, no McDonald's tonight.
Yeah. You know what the strangest thing, Graham?
Go into McDonald's, use the bathroom, not wash their hands, and come out and touch the screen.
Yeah,
the strangest thing about that is we're just coming off of COVID, right? And everybody's so paranoid. You got to wear your mask. You got to wear rubber gloves. You got to do whatever. And yet, touch screens, they're trying their hardest to get these things happening. Yeah. It's like you talk about just like, currency is spreading disease. These touch screens.
Yeah, I don't want to use them.
No, I don't now, especially at a restaurant.
Yeah.
Dude, my daughter and I Sunday night went and saw David Gilmour, who's the lead singer and guitarist for Pink Floyd.
Hell yeah.
A concert film filmed in Italy at the Circus Maximus last year. And so they had the concert film. We went and saw the concert film. And my daughter was like the youngest person in the theater at 23. There's a bunch of old hippies in there, right? And me. And so I go use the restroom after the film. There's this old hippie, gray beard and long hair, goes in there, takes a whiz, doesn't wash his hands, walks out, hooks up with his wife coming out of the bathroom. And I'm like, she probably didn't wash her hands either. And I was just like,
yeah.
So
I've seen a famous comic creator.
They probably went
walking
right
out
to McDonald's after
dinner
that.
and not wash his hands.
That's right.
Yeah. But the thing is, it's also like, okay, McDonald's is going, well, the new business model is sophistication. It's like your product is still designed for children. Like, I think that's like even Disney, a lot like comic books too. It's like they forget that this stuff was always designed to entertain young kids, and then all of a sudden they're like, well, let's change our brand. Disney, you're going to change your brand? Well, you were a family brand. You were where parents and kids could go safely to your parks. They could go watch your movies. They could tune into your channels, and it all had a certain level of, I guess, safety. Like it had like the remember, what was it? The housekeeping seal of approval on it, but now it's like, well, that's not good enough. We're going to go after Disney adults or whatever. Or like with comic books, it's like, I remember with the New 52, their write-up was like, kids don't read comics anymore. We're going to make comic books for adults. So they, within their mission statement, they abandoned kids. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, okay, that seems very limited. That seems very short-sighted.
Well, we've talked about this before. That's exactly how you destroy an industry, is when you fail to indoctrinate, I hate to use that word, but get a new generation interested in your product, right? If you just go to, okay, we got this group of people and we're going to carry them all the way till they die of old age, and then we've got nothing, and that's the end of an industry. So that's why video games, they've got it figured out, right? They keep bringing kids into that, but
they age out. Age out, and that's the biggest thing. We've all been doing, working on comics for years now, and we've seen it, age out. And usually, it's parents bringing their kids to the show, but the kids aren't really like that into it. The parents are trying to get the kids into the comic books, like, oh, check this out, check that. It's not like the kids like, Dad, check this out, check that out. Like when we went to comic conventions, if our parents were chaperoning, that's what we did. It's really a strange dynamic where it's like part of society is like all about children, empowering children, listen to your kids, all this other stuff. And at the same time, they're taking away their childhood. You know what I mean? Like all these fun things that we remember as kids, even like breakfast cereals, kitschy, with all the little cartoon characters on them and stuff like that. There's a lot of fun stuff that we grew up with, the M&M guys and all that stuff. It's like,
how about the Frito Bandito? When I was a kid, I remember like when you bought, I hated Fritos, by the way. So I never got one of these, but they had these packages, and inside there'd be an eraser of the Frito Bandito. One of those rubber erasers, and it
goes on the end of your pencil.
Yeah, and it was different. And he's like this Mexican bandito with the bandoleros around him and everything. He's got the pistols and the big hat. That's great.
You know what? Like I don't know, must have been around. Like the T-Bears must have loved Fritos, right? Because I got every one of those colors because they came in different colors, right? They're like blue, red,
yellow,
green,
green, yeah.
Well, I got all of them, and the thing is, like the collector mentality, like we all have that, because of comic books and stuff. I had to get all of those things. And do you guys remember the disappointment when you tried to use the eraser? It didn't work very well. It just smudged shit all over.
They're coated or something. But
and then the hat, the Bandito's hat, was all like graphite color.
Yeah.
Every cereal box when we were kids had toys in them. Every single one of them. That was like the exciting thing. Oh, we went shopping Friday night, and Saturday morning we were going to get up and watch cartoons, and we'd open up that box of cereal, whatever it was,
and you'd be digging down in there,
right, trying to get the
toy. Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
You know what? And then somebody taught me the key is to flip the box upside down and go from the bottom. That's where all the
to open it. Yeah. Because now I think cereal that still does that. I think the toy's just separate, on the outside of the plastic where the cereal is and stuff. I think.
Where's the fun in that?
There is no part of the fun was just sticking your hand in.
Cracker Jacks used to have the toy in there. It's usually like a whistle, or they even had little metal figurines at one time. Now it's just like a piece of paper, some kind of paper piece of shit.
Yeah, yeah. And you guys remember, like, some of them you would save up like box tops, right?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
proof of purchase, and then you could
Yeah.
send away for cool stuff like with 50 cents and 6 box tops.
Yep.
You
And
can
we
get
would.
this whatever. Yeah.
You remember green stamps? We used to get green stamps when you'd buy gas, and you could go to the green stamp store and cash in all your green stamps.
You remember that little dispenser thing they put their fingers like $10 or whatever, then they wrap it around and then like $10 worth of green stamps would come out.
Mhm.
Or
That,
what- and they
I
had,
honestly say, I don't remember.
You don't remember
when
Green
you were a
Stamp?
little younger.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, there was a booklet.
Yep.
SNH, right?
Yes,
SNH
green
stamp.
stamps. That's exactly
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Well, then they had blue chip stamps too. So they had like they had competition. It was the same thing, but I think green stamps had their own store, so you could actually bring
Yeah,
your
you go in
stack of
there and
books
buy. Yeah, it was great.
Oh,
to
wow.
redeem. Yeah, and
But,
it was
you know-
just free. It was just like stuff that they did for free. You know.
Speaking about coming back around, though, you remember Sinclair gasoline? They had the dinosaur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got a place not far from our house, a Sinclair gas now with a dinosaur out front again.
Oh yeah.
No way.
We do. Yeah. I keep telling my daughter, we got to figure out a way to steal this. It can't be that heavy. It's probably fiberglass.
I have one of the World's Fair Sinclair dinosaurs.
Do you really?
Oh, you
Yeah,
showed
yeah,
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
you
one
showed
of the
it.
injection molds. And and separately at another antique place, I found the booklet that they gave out with them that has all the dinosaur paintings in it.
Oh, my
wow.
gosh. Are you kidding me?
Oh,
See,
it's so cool.
Kitsch was a big part of our childhood. Like
Yep.
everywhere you look, like they like early comic books even falls into kitsch. Like the more modern ones, they kind of change the definition. But the early comics, those were kitsch, and even like Graham was talking about the dinosaur. I think one of the last Bob's Big Boy statues that was out in front of the restaurant.
Yeah.
Somehow there was a radio show called Mark and Brian in LA, Mark and Brian in the mornings.
Yeah.
And so, there it is. Cool.
Oh,
Make
my
it big,
God,
Art,
look
so
at
you
that.
can see this.
Wow, it's big
That's
too.
in great shape too.
Yeah. This is
Look
one
at
of those injection molds. Like they had these at the World's Fair, and you'd put a quarter in, and you'd watch the plastic be injected into the
Oh, no
into
shit.
the mold, and then it would come together under the heat, and then this thing would just drop out like a soda dispenser.
Oh my gosh. That
Yeah.
is so cool.
Yeah, all amusement parks at the time had those things.
And
there it is.
that was the book that came with it, huh?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
That's cool, man.
yeah, and it's got the Sinclair gas in the back.
Oh, yeah.
The Sinclair man.
Look at it's got the
Oh.
Too fast on the look at that great
Oh,
on the
man.
fourth.
And no credit to the artist. Those bastards.
I'm a big fan of the widescreen kind of format, and that's
That's
Yeah,
cool.
kind of-
That would, as a kid, you just go nuts when you got your hands on that.
yeah.
It tells you the history of gas and the dinosaurs and how they made the gas.
That's awesome.
It was educational. But anyways, the Bob's Big Boy, somehow these radio guys got this Bob's Big Boy, right? So they would do stuff with it. Like they tried to get it up on the roof of the ABC building, and you could see it from the freeway, right? So they tried to get it up the stairs, the fire escape, and they couldn't get it. So they had to chop it up and carry it up. Like it was all live on the radio. It was hilarious, right? So they finally got it up there, and they stopped traffic on the like 405 or the 101 or whatever it was, the Hollywood freeway. And so they had to take it down. And the interesting thing about that Bob's Big Boy is that's the same one that's in the Austin Powers movie. That's the same statue. Yeah. Yeah. So it was used in that. So, it's part of the culture, all this kitschy stuff. And what is this, Andrew? What is this here?
Share my screen. This has kitsch 80s all over it, and in certain parts of Charlotte, driving down the street, velvet paintings, baby.
Oh,
Oh yeah, they were all the rage, dude.
Yeah.
In the
Oh, yeah.
80s, 70s, 80s.
70s, yeah. Used to get them at gas stations. You know?
Yes, yes.
growing
And
up
they
in
usually had
LA,
tickets.
growing up in LA, like that close to Mexico, you'd see this shit all over the
Oh
place.
yeah. You can still see some of it here in certain parts of town, you know, with like Grant said, not necessarily gas stations, but you know, on weekends, the pop-up stuff on the side of the road that
Right.
people do
Yeah,
with
yeah.
like
The trunk
balloon-
salesman.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
velvet
just gonna
Elvis.
say this, Paul. Black Velvet Elvis. Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, that was one of the first like I didn't really find any good images, but when I was typing it, it auto filled in that. And then there was, hold on. So you brought up comics. Let's see if Aaron agrees with this. Comic books, because I did do a search for kitsch comic books, and this is one that came up. What do you think, big guy?
Well, I mean, yeah, yeah, I would agree with that. But this was such a big deal when this came out because this book, first 2 issues of this book had low distribution. So on the West Coast, we didn't get a lot of this stuff. I mean, you guys around the New York area got all of it, but it was like really hard to find over in the West Coast. And this was all the rage because it was like they're taking a funny animal comic and making it serious.
Right.
And it was like, you know, it was the rage for a while. And then it sort of, what was that, Graham?
Serious.
Yeah, serious. And seriously weird, thanks to Steve Gerber. But then it just kind of died out, and it sort of got a little bit of a boost from the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, but then it hasn't really hit the heights you would think. I mean, I've got a couple issues of this, number 1 of this, and it still hovers around $100, anywhere from 80 to 120 depending on the condition. Wow. So it's not, it never got really, really big like it looked like it was going to there for a while.
And
do you think this gave birth to some of the more like adult, like cartoon stuff, like Ninja Turtles and, you know, Black Panthers and things like that?
On that list of comics, it actually had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles down as kitsch too, just because of the elements that those guys put together to create those characters.
Well,
you know?
That was 1976, and then around I'm going to say 78, maybe 1980, Bruner came out with his Buccaneer comic book that I think was released through First or Eclipse.
What was it?
Buccaneer.
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember
And then there was remember Kirby did Destroyer Duck for Pacific Comics.
Yep.
You know, in the 80s, and then there's this funny animal rage up till about the black and white boom.
Well, you guys remember Bucky O'Hare?
Yeah, Bucky O'Hare.
Oh yeah, Bucky O'Hare.
Destroyer Duck was in response to the lawsuit. That was a money generator for Steve Gerber.
For his trying to get rights for the duck.
Rights. Yeah, so Kirby was doing that as a benefit.
In 1976.
That was for Gerber? I thought the money for that was for Kirby.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Well, we got a question. We got a question for Graham, one slick dude. Graham, have you ever seen the Sinclair Dino green soap bars?
No, I have not.
That would, you know what? Like, that would break your heart kind of if you used a dinosaur shape like soap, because eventually they just kind of lose shape and then it just like looked like a limp.
Yeah.
You
could. If I was a kid, I never would have used it. I would have said to put it up on my shelf and said, "Here's my dinosaur. You're not going to rock it."
Graham, you can make one. You just take you use that green dinosaur you have, you mold around it, and then you open it. You've got your own mold, and then you just put however you make soap, pour it in. Once it hardens, there's your big fat dinosaur soap.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm glad you were thinking in advanced terms when you were a kid. I was not.
No, I'm saying now.
I don't have dinosaur soap, Andy, but I do soap up the dinosaur.
Oh, I bet. Slides in easier. I get it.
Now, oh my gosh. Art, share my screen because it's kind of dovetails with what Andy was just showing.
Yeah, blacklight,
yeah. In the 60s, right? Marvel did the blacklight posters, and blacklight posters were the rage in the 70s when I was growing up. Everybody had to get a black light. You know, they'd sell the black lights, and then you get your poster and hang it on your wall, and everybody would turn off the lights and smoke pot except me. But anyway, they then re-released these a couple years ago, like a whole set. There's 2 sets of these giant black light posters that Marvel did back in the 60s.
Are they actually blacklight posters?
Yeah, that's the cover. I've got it. I got the box sitting right over here.
You guys remember Spencer's Gifts? Like you talk about, Yeah,
they're
they had
still
all
going
kinds of
strong.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And by the way, it's Gene Colan's birthday, so there we go.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
So
This day in comic book history.
and there was and the funny thing is they re-released 2 sets of these, right?
Yep.
And I got this set. This is the box cover plus that poster's on the inside. But you guys remember there was like of course they weren't black light though. There was the Marvel posters with Doctor Doom and Thor, the big ones, with the Kirby one with Doctor Doom standing there. Thor, those are worth a fortune right now, but they're not black light. They were just posters. These were actual. They did release.
I think I remember my friend's older brother, who was a pot smoker. He had a black light of Silver Surfer.
Yeah, there's one in here. There's one in that set.
That thing blew my mind because it has all. Doesn't it have all this crazy perspective stuff coming at you?
With this weird space Kirby stuff,
right
around it, and a lot of them were panels from comic books, which I thought was kind of cheap when they had so many covers to use. But
I know.
There
was a Batman one where it's like a back view of Batman, and I think it's a Carmine Infantino panel, and he's getting punched, and there's like I think they're trying to make it like the TV show, so it has a sound effect going out, and Batman's getting punched. Who the hell wants a poster of Batman getting punched from behind by some invisible bad guy?
Yeah,
right.
What a stupid idea for a poster.
I know, it was really because that Iron Man, that's a great piece, but that's still a splash page from Tales of Suspense. It's not the cover.
Right. Right. So here's some more.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
Jack in the Box is great.
Look at the prices. 37 cents for a bonus burger.
I'm going to get 2 of those.
Here's a hamburger, 18 cents, baby.
Yeah, I remember those days. It's shocking.
Yeah.
I remember a Jack in the Box in Long Beach.
Yeah.
We still have them. There's one right over here around from me. It's not fun. But
I had one. Yep. We
used to go to A&W. Remember when they had the A&W drive? And you could go, I think it was either Tuesday night or Wednesday night. You get like root beer, but you could get, they had Coney Islands for 19 cents a piece.
Wow.
When I was like in kindergarten, first grade.
I have a Jack in the Box story, if I could tell that.
Yeah.
Let me read this real quick. On the sign it says Jack will speak to you. So they had to educate people on how this thing worked.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Because this is before any of this stuff really took off.
Yeah.
So I think this was one of the first kind of where you could speak to whatever it was and order your food. So anyways, go ahead, Billy.
Yeah, so me and my friend, we were just bad kids. We were mischievous. We weren't bad kids. So, but we'd steal the ketchup and then smash it all in the front of the store.
Yeah.
So when they walk out the restaurant, they'd step on it and drag it into the store.
Oh my gosh, Billy!
The manager, I grab a handful of ketchup packs to go start the day to do it. Whatever Saturday, and the guy grabs me. And he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "No, I said I don't have any money, but I'm really hungry, and I love ketchup. I love to eat them." He's like, "Yeah, eat it." And he made me eat them all, and he's like, "Wow, you really like ketchup?" I'm like, "Yeah." I had to eat.
That's what you deserve.
Oh God, yeah. 10 of them. It was a fistful as a kid, so it had to be at least 6, 7 of them. So I had to sit and eat the little.
Oh my God! You know what? They still have
something.
They still have the best ketchup, man. Their fancy ketchup is it's top notch. So what is this, Aaron? Oh my gosh, this is the ultimate.
Oh, lava lamps! I had that too. Yeah.
They're coming
back at Spencer's.
My daughter is a hippie at heart, and so I got her one of these not just a couple of years ago for like Christmas.
What is it? Is it wax? What is in that? Like,
I don't know.
I think it's wax.
Some sort of weird
gelatinous would tell you.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I always wanted one. I had like hippie friends that had them. And you just stare at them because we were bored shitless, and you just like, ooh, look at that.
No,
lava lamp, man. Once again, go to Spencer's. I'm surprised. Spencer's is in all the malls here. Every mall.
They're still around?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got.
Oh my gosh. You guys remember this?
Oh, I love Warner Brothers.
Oh yeah.
That's so awesome.
That was a good store.
I still got
really
that big
was.
Batman from the Batman animated series, that huge bust up there.
Yeah.
I
They
bought
were
a
like,
cell from there.
It was like 40, no, 20 bucks or 40 bucks or something. And it was just like, there was a Superman one and a Batman one, both from the animated series. And it was just, they had a lot of stuff like that. That was
I
really-
bought a cell from the animated series where it's Bane holding Batman over his head, and they used my splash page from Tech 664 for
really?
that.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
And the
cool.
thing is, the Warner Brothers store, they sold originals. They sold copies too.
Yeah.
But they sold some originals in the store. I always thought the Warner Brothers store was way cooler than the Disney store.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
this is the
dude.
Disney store. So I imagine if you were a kid, a young kid, this would be cool. But I thought always thought the Warner Brothers store was a lot.
I got my I think it's like 12-inch Space Ghost statue from the Warner Brothers store.
Yeah,
for
that was
$100.
I remember those. I almost got one of those suckers.
I had a Pepe Le Pew. I don't know why I still don't, and some other ones, but those were
The
cool.
thing now, Art, you said I remember going into the Warner Brothers store once, and you're right, they had original art, and it cracked me up. And this is nothing to do. I'm friends with Dan Jurgens. I like Dan's art. They had a 2-page spread. I will never forget this. Superman 2-page spread. It was, it had some nice shots of Superman on it, but it wasn't like super iconic or anything. The frame that they had around this thing was freaking huge. It had to be like 4-inch thick frame and, just beveled, all this crap. And the thing was like $3,500. Just crazy amount of money. And this, it was late 90s. And once again, we all do conventions, and I've seen what Dan's stuff was going for back then, and not even half that. But it's the Warner Brothers store, and they're banking on people having no idea.
Right.
Yeah.
Going, oh my
And it's got a $500
$500 comic
frame.
book art.
Yeah, it's got to frame $1,000 into the frame,
Yeah.
right, or whatever.
Actually,
It's not like Dan got that money. So
I forgot all about that, Andy, that they did sell original comic book artwork
Yeah.
there too.
Yeah. They'd have bought the
I
art
remember
from
there
Dan.
was an agent that it was like a middleman, like somebody buying for the store or something, and came up to me. And of course, they want this stuff for dirt cheap, so I didn't sell them anything. But Jurgens does so much work. I imagine, what's a couple pages.
Well,
They did this DC thing. It was like all these different characters, and they had all these different artists draw the characters. Like I drew Batman and Robin and Catwoman, I think, on it. And Dan Jurgens drew Superman and something else. I think Jerry Ordway did something, and somebody else did something else. And then they were all inked by Brett Breeding, to tie it all in together. And then they had us flown into DC offices to sign these prints for the Warner Brothers store.
I remember those now. Okay, yeah, because I remember the signature. They printed. You didn't sign them all. Did they print the signatures or did
No, we hand signed the signatures.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Billy will appreciate this. I used to go into the Warner Brothers store and I would like frame up my own artwork, and I would steal what they had on the wall and hang up mine and sneak out. That's how I got most of my art collection. So
Yeah. But I don't know if you can see like the Batman cells back here. I got those. I think I got one of them from the Warner store, and one of them. There used to be like Chuck Jones galleries and stuff like that.
Yes.
And there was some Warner
Oh,
Brothers
yeah.
stuff in there. There was one in Laguna Beach. It was a really cool shot. It was a great time, man. Like,
hey,
90s.
Billy, speaking of Billy sent this over to me earlier today and said, can you find one? Because he knows I'm a collector. He's like, can you find me one of these? So I'll just leave it at that. Share my screen if you will.
I have a bad feeling. Oh, an erector set.
Well played, Aaron. Way to get even.
That's right. Good job.
Well, you know what? It is the world's greatest construction set.
Yeah.
That's a
Dad,
parachute
give your
tower
boy
at, that looks like the
what
parachute
he
tower
enjoyed
for
the
a wedding.
most.
What about Lincoln Logs? You got
Oh,
that?
Oh, I love Lincoln.
I remember those.
Lincoln Logs are very limited, man. They were very limited. What you
Well, you
could
were
do.
building cabins, and that's basically it.
That's
Yeah.
But you had
Yeah.
little plastic animals, like you had a bear and stuff, and you had pioneers, and you could have like the bear kill the pioneer.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I used to do that all the time.
Well, I used to make skyscrapers with Lincoln Logs. They must have been cheaper because we had way more of those than we Legos or erector set or any of that stuff. Yeah. So you skyscrapers. The best part about it is like you could knock them over, like you play like you were a Godzilla or something. You can knock those things.
Yeah,
over.
remember
Remember
the
they
great
came in
thing
those
built-
tubes, the cardboard tubes with the plastic tops.
Yes.
Yeah, you just pour them out. Yeah.
Yep.
You
It was
build
green.
the thing and then you just destroy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
they're
used
not
to take
big
my
blocks.
Godzilla model and have it go through these
Yeah,
things.
exactly.
And
That's
and
exactly
I had a
right.
train set in the basement one time, and then I bought like Aurora did this prehistoric world set, and they had an Allosaurus. So I built the Allosaurus and I put it on the train tracks, and every time the trains would come through, I'd have my Allosaurus to run across it and knock over the train.
You know what, Graham? I had all those things, and I was so inspired by it. Like I had a friend that was way into dinosaurs too, and we actually made a tar pit in my parents' backyard. Gosh, you talk about destructive, Billy. I turned the hose on
Oh, I thought you
very,
lived
very
on fire.
low and just sat it in the middle of the yard, right? And for days, I just soaked the yard. And then I would go out and I would turn the soil every once in a while. And so I would like, oh, they're in the tar pit. You play tar pit. And then eventually that tar pit was so deep, we could get in it and sink.
Oh my God.
Yeah, your dad was thrilled with that, I'll bet.
You could get stuck in it. So you'd have a friend with a board or something, and you could climb out. Just on that same note, we used to dig underground tunnels. I had a clubhouse, right? And the clubhouse went into the tree house. My parents were very cool. They let us kind of have the yard. And so we were digging tunnels out from the clubhouse through the yard.
Holy shit, that's awesome.
And I remember coming onto like this, what was it, galvanized steel pipe. I remember hitting it with the shovel, and it was a gas pipe.
Oh shit!
Oh my God.
Bro.
So anyway, what I finally figured out how to do, because I was like, I want to dig this down, so my dad couldn't find it, right? So what I started doing so I could make more tunnels is I just dug a trench and I would put plywood over it and then put dirt over it, right? So then I had these tunnels, and I remember my dad was in the backyard once, and he's walking and the ground's bouncing, because it didn't bounce for us because we were little kids, right? But he's an adult. So he's standing on this plywood and he's bouncing. He's like, what the hell is this? So then he noticed and he picks up the board and he's like, what the hell? It's like, oh,
You're worse than the gopher from Caddyshack, man.
I know.
And then my dad,
Bronson in The Great Escape.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. I think I was inspired, right? And so the thing is, like, your parents, when things like this happen, they can't just argue like, I don't want you to do this. They have to come up with like really lame ideas, right? Like reasons. And so my dad was like, you can't be doing this. You can't. I go, why? I go, it's totally safe. He goes, because this is a tunnel. It could cave in and you could die. You could suffocate. I go, one, there's like this much dirt between the, you know what I mean? Like it's not that deep. And also those wooden boards are, like you can't die on this much dirt.
You were fine.
Right. That's what I was trying to tell him. And he's like, listen, I want every one of these things filled by the time I come home tomorrow, right? So by then, the dirt was all settled. You know what I mean? Like it's been there for like months, right? So the dirt is all part of the ground and shit. So we just had to kind of find high parts in the yard and build it. But anyways, long story short, the Aurora,
my yard, you little
my Aurora model kits, Graham, my prehistoric stuff is all still in that tar pit. Anybody who's going to dig that hole out, they're going to find template shit.
It's going to be like Planet of the Apes.
One of the kits was the tar pit. It was like a mammoth that was like in the tar.
Yeah. Great sculpts those were too.
And the cool thing is the people, they were articulated, right? So even the dinosaurs, you could move the limbs and stuff, right?
Yeah.
That Allosaurus's wrists moved.
Yeah. I think the tail twisted too.
Mm-hmm.
That stuff was really
big.
cool.
It was massive. Remember how massive that Allosaurus was? Holy
it was big.
Just think, Art's backyard or his parents' backyard is going to be like Planet of the Apes when they did that excavation. They found the doll at one level, and they found All the monkeys will be going, look, a dinosaur toy.
A plastic Aurora model kit. That's from the 60s. Okay, Son of Liberty Radio, $5 super chat. Thank you so very much. Speaking of soap, that guy's holding a bar of soap, but it's not a dinosaur. Art, you know the ceilings in the cave and your pet dino would knock over your Lincoln log building before it got to a skyscraper. Yeah. I hear you, brother. Well, I think are we kitsched out, you guys? You got
I didn't go. That's all right.
Cares,
Don't worry about it.
Well,
you had your
close all
catch
my
up
shit
story for crying out loud. What
Well,
more
I
do you
didn't
need?
go. I didn't go yet. So it's no big deal. Don't worry about it. So,
Wait. Hold on. No, it is a big deal. Here we go.
So this
Oh
is I'm a big Disney fan. So
I knew it. That's
my
dude,
God.
right?
That's what we're
Had to
talking
ruin
about.
the
The
show,
show,
night.
Billy, didn't
and
you?
I felt that I wanted to, to share, a wonderful experience because I'm all about tradition and things like that. And if you don't mind, I'd love to share this little Disney princess with you. Let me find it.
Yeah, please don't.
I'm gonna puke again.
Just give me and then I'm gonna share some cool stuff, and then that'll be it. Here it is. All right, I just gotta.
That guy is
For the
adorable.
longest time, if you worked at Disney, you weren't even allowed to have facial hair. Now they're like, oh yeah,
Now
be
the
a chick
princess
with
is
a mustache, no problem.
Are you guys excited? Yeah. Is it guys your first time at the boutique? Are you guys ready? Yeah. Okay, it's smart outfit. We're gonna go
And I think
this way.
Cecil even picked it. Cecil pointed out, but look how disappointed
Is it guys'
the
first
girls
time at
are.
Disneyland? No, you've been here before?
See how unhappy they are that this freaking guy is mustache.
No, just every once in a while.
Well, you know why? Because they recognize this guy's a predator. This guy's a
Right? The
predator.
girls are like, Mom, Dad, don't leave me alone.
What would you do if you went to Disneyland with your kids and this is what you got?
Oh,
Right?
I'd
Look at this.
wait.
Look
I
at
would
this girl's
honestly
face,
wait.
though. Look at her face. Look. Look how happy she is. You would think that would be, this is such a great moment for how excited she is. And then you got, like I said, you got Tom Selleck over here, wrapping her up. Look at him. Look at him.
Yeah, no. Honestly, if that was me and it was like my 5-year-old daughter or something, I'd be like, nope, we'll wait. Wait.
Wait.
I wouldn't let that guy touch my daughter.
Unbelievable. So anyway, so there you go. So, but I'd like to share something cool. I'll share like 2 or 3 quick things and just to talk about it. Talk about Kish because you got me all excited about the Kish, buddy. Not that freak. Goodbye, weirdo. Okay.
While we're waiting, just some nightmare fuel for you guys.
Yeah,
This is not nightmare
that doesn't
compared to
give
what we
And
just watched.
we've got Mayor McCheese, we got the Big Mac guy, you got the fillet of fish, dude, you got the French fry things, you got the hamburger. What the hell is the Grimace?
I don't know.
Right?
What does the Grimace represent?
He's the milkshake guy,
Yeah,
right?
he was the milkshake.
Oh, he's a milkshake.
If you guys want some real nightmare fuel, look up the original Grimace design. It'll haunt you. And just real quick, like McDonald's did rip off those Sid and Marty Krofft guys.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you can totally.
They
100%.
They snaked them bigger than shit, man.
They sued him, I think.
It took years. It took years for the lawsuit to go through, and then by the time it went through, because I guess it was for a certain amount, and it stayed that amount. So then McDonald's is making billions, and these guys are just kind of getting hundreds of thousands off their lawsuit. Mm-hmm. It was crazy, man.
I hated Sid and Marty Krofft stuff. I hated it.
They were weird, man, but I loved them.
That drug-addled, pot, weird, nightmarish, that witchy poo thing scared the shit out of me.
Poo, yeah.
And fucking
What are you gonna do, Jimmy?
yeah,
Dude, I'm right there with you. I could not watch that crap when I was a kid. I was like, I hate this stuff.
Me too.
Hey, if you ever want a trip, watch Lidsville.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh,
that one is a fucking trip. I was like, they showed those on one of the cable networks, I don't know, about 15 years ago. So Julie and I were laying in bed watching them, and we're looking at each other like, oh my God, what the hell is this?
exactly.
What were we watching?
Yep.
They must have been so cheap to make because like They had the Bugaloos, Lidsville, HR Puffin stuff. They had, what was the
Banana
Sigmund and the
Splits.
Sea Monster?
The Sigmund and the Sea Monster.
I
Sigmund and the
hated
Sea
all of it. I
Monster.
hated all of it.
Yeah.
They had
Hated all of it.
tons of them. What was
HR
it?
Puffin stuff.
Supergirl and Dinah Woman, or
Oh
they had-
no, it was no, wasn't it? I thought it was Wonder Woman and Dinah Girl.
It wasn't Wonder Woman.
No,
it
it
was
wasn't Wonder
Woman. Something in Dino Girl.
Wonder, maybe. It
And
was
then
just-
wasn't even, what was that? It wasn't Monster Island, Adventure Island, or like Chongo. Remember that?
No.
No,
Yeah, they would yell it. That was like the theme thing, and it was
Electro Woman.
Yeah.
Electro Woman and
Electro Woman and Dinah Girl.
All right, Billy, have you found your stuff?
Yes, I found it.
Okay.
There you go. Come on, a winner.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Suzuki
I
Joe,
love
baby.
Holds
Suzuki
up.
Joe.
Right? Still holds up. You could buy the big jug of it. It's got those great old cartoons. Old
Yeah, you unwrap
timey.
it, you read the comic.
Yep, good stuff, right? Bazooka Joe never let you down. It didn't last long, but if you
No.
had like 5 of them, that's all right.
Yeah. You got this gigantic wad of gum in your mouth with no taste.
I know.
Yeah, the gum is as hard as a rock. Like you got to work it for an hour before it's cheap.
Yeah, leave it
before
out
it's
the
chewable.
sun a
And
little
by
bit.
then, there's no flavor. Yeah, that's
Well,
a
it's
lot
like
of
the
And
gum
then,
that came in the trading card.
and then these I had, if you could share this. I mean, come on, how great were these?
Oh, wait, Paul Taylor remembers. It's Danger Island.
Hey,
I
Paul
remember
remembers the TV movie stuff. Marcus is the comic book guy. We've got it covered.
I know.
Remember these from Carvel? You get
Yes.
the
Oh, you can ride
whole
through.
team helmets, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We had the
Awesome.
Yankees one.
Try to collect all the teams. You know what I mean? That was good stuff.
Yeah.
Love that going there where you riding your bike up there when we ride our.
Yeah.
I mean that
Couldn't
Carvel
The
was
ice
on-
cream in it, right? Didn't they put the ice
Yeah,
cream
they
in
put the
it?
Sunday.
yeah.
And that's what
Yeah.
we did. So we would ride our bikes to everywhere, right? When we were kids,
Yeah.
you know, and like Art can attest to this. You know, it was all about the strong survive. The weak among us ended up on milk cartons or in the back of fucking vans.
Or
Sorry,
in
that's
a
how we
van
lived,
being sodomized by
you know,
a
that's
serial
how we
killer.
were weak.
Close to
That's why
home
we're
with
so
Art.
strong because if you survive staying out till it got dark, again, you'd ride your bike 5 miles to go
I
somewhere.
know. Yeah.
Dude, if not
We-
longer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and you're talking 5 one way. So you're doing a 10-mile round trip. And your
Yeah.
parents wouldn't even know because you'd come
Yep.
home for dinner and what you guys do today? We just messed around. That was
Yeah,
it.
we used to ride on the weekends. We couldn't do it during the week, but the riverbeds, you see them in Greece. You know, you see them in all
yeah.
the movies where they race
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Those hard
Them.
concrete ones.
Yeah.
And so on the top of them, there's kind of like a bike path or jogging path or whatever. But if you knew where you were going, because sometimes it would fork and stuff, but if you knew where you were going, you could go all the way to the beach because that's where that water eventually went to.
Yeah.
So you could drive on your bike half a day, get to the beach, hang out for a couple hours, get back on, and be home by dusk. And the thing is, we all, as kids, we did our own repairs, bicycle repairs.
Oh, yeah.
Big mistake. And also, we had no backup. So if you broke a chain, which we had,
You're screwed.
you were walking that bike home.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
had it. Yeah, you had a kit too, though, to help. Yeah, remember you had your pump on the bike
Yeah.
Oh, we
Yeah,
we
you had
had
the pump on the bottom bar.
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
light,
Which
with the
was only
battery.
good if your air was low. If you had a flat
Yeah.
and a puncture, it was worthless.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
remember it came with the patch and the glue. Remember you put
yeah,
the glue
yeah,
in
yeah.
the patch and you do all that shit.
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah,
remember.
we-
Sorry,
We never had that kind of cash, man. So we were always just playing it, you know, close to the vest, just going
Remember
down
the
there.
generator lights? Well,
The
that
what?
you would
The
attach
generator
it to
light?
it. Yeah, and the
Yeah.
thing would like rub against the tire to generate.
Yeah, yeah.
One time I was riding it and the nut came loose on that thing and the generator went right into my spokes.
Oh,
And I
shit.
went
Oh,
over the
Yeah,
handlebars.
Dude, the worst thing that happened to me is it was in grade school and it was like in the 70s, right? So all the pants were bell bottoms, right? So I'm riding my bike and one of my bell bottoms got caught in the chain
Oh,
and it flipped me, right? Tore my pants and I couldn't get my jeans out or my pants out of the chain. So had to pick up the bike and walk it home a mile.
And you know what? You become good at that. You have to walk the bike and turn the pedal at the same time.
Yeah. You got to bend over or lift the bike up, lift your leg up, and turn.
Right, and then just kind of ride the cuff through. There's also like a drummer thing that the cuff of your pants would get stuck in the drum beater, for the bass drum. So when it came back, sometimes it would catch on that thing, and you'd miss a beat. And so you learn, like, that's why most drummers they play barefoot or they play in shorts, because you don't want anything getting in the way of that beat.
Hey, Art, though, when you're drumming and something like that happens, is that when you give a scolding look at your bass player for messing up and you blame him?
It's like his fault.
Scolding look.
Yeah, you make this bass.
Yeah. I have one last thing to share. And this was a huge part of my life, man. Army men. Army men, dude. And this set was a great one. And then it came with the map and all. But remember that these flags were made of tin or aluminum. And that German flag's like, that's a really cool flag. Why isn't Germany use that flag now? The black, because they couldn't use the swastika. But it was great. So me and my friend Dennis. So my friend Dennis Shaw is a first generation German American. His parents were both born and raised in Germany and came here after the war. So he was a great friend to have because he always wanted to be the Germans, So his parents passed away a few years ago, and he's like, listen, we cleaned out the house. My parents moved, and he's one of my best friends. I met him the first day of school at kindergarten. He's still one of my best friends. He's like, you want to come by and check out the house, and say goodbye? I'm like, yeah. So we go, and he had his basement, and his father built this great bar. He was a bricklayer who I worked for, like in college and stuff. And we're just going through the basement looking for stuff, and we found some of the Army men.
That's cool.
All the green Army men?
Yeah, these are the original. Look, these are the guys we found in his basement.
Is that Hitler?
It's a German officer. Maybe it's Hitler. I don't know. We always call it. Nah, it's just a German officer.
Do you got the Army
guys? These are those marks. Remember this guy Graham? You're like, what's up with this, man? Is he like, no, I only have a bayonet. Like, leave me alone. Like, is he surrendering?
Yeah.
and then this guy right here, this guy's infantry. He's going all out, man. He's in a World War II one. So we found these. He's gonna whack fucking Fritz right here. Was giving orders.
Yeah, the guy with a gun overhead like a bat. That guy's name, Babe Ruth.
Yeah. Right. And then you had the Iwo Jima set. You had the Guns of Navarone. Well, the Guns of Navarone set they turned into the Iwo Jima set.
Yeah, I remember that.
It just made perfect sense to do it.
You know what we used to do with our Army men is we would set up like camp, like the two opposing forces, and then we had a baseball, and so then we set up all this stuff, and then it was kind of like bowling, like you bowled the other guys, people, they're down, and so I guess you had a certain amount of rolls, and then whoever had the most standing was the one that won the thing.
Right.
Kids, we were so cool, man. Kids.
Yeah.
And I had my
lots of good
tonsils
stuff.
when I had my tonsils taken out. The thing that I wanted more than anything was a GI Joe. And when I woke up from the anesthesia, my mom and dad were there, and I had my first GI Joe. And it was the Navy GI Joe, and he was wearing the Frogman suit and everything. It was so cool. I loved it. Kid in the bed next to me, he had a package, one of those plastic bags full of the Army men. And he's looking at me with my GI Joe, and he's got his back on. He wanted to trade for my GI Joe. I'm like, nah. I couldn't speak, and I was like, no.
You just signaled him with your middle finger.
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing about that is we used to have to share, like you said, like a hospital room with somebody. There was somebody else in there, or maybe two other people.
Yeah, there was a couple guys, kids that had their tonsils out,
I went in for a broken arm, and I can't remember if it was 4th grade or 6th grade. I think it was 4th grade. And there was this dude in there, an adult, right? And he would be talking to me. He'd go, watch this. And I go, watch. And he'd start going, and screaming and stuff. The nurse would come and he'd go, man, I need some pain meds. So they'd give him a shot of morphine or whatever. He'd be like, yeah, see that, man?
Oh my God.
He was grooming you.
I was like,
wow.
That guy's all strung out now.
Yeah.
That's right.
Dead because he was probably 15 years
Oh,
old.
look at what.
Look at this. So this San Diego,
Oh,
where
no.
I bought a bunch of GI Joes when they started making them again. And
What
this
the hell
my
happened?
well, my studio is on the top floor, right, of my house. So if you look up here, it's on the it's in the top floor. So I have a there's a turret over there, back there, and on top I just stuck all these GI Joes. But it gets hot up there during the summer, so he fucking melts. So I call him my Bikini Atoll GI Joe. It just melted on him.
Wow.
He's like my radiation. Like he went down to Bikini Atoll to say, "Hey, check the radiation levels, Joe."
That's Chernobyl GI Joe.
Yeah, Chernobyl GI
The
Joe.
blonde one's the Air Force GI Joe too. What's he wearing a wetsuit?
Well, this is the remakes. You know,
Uh-huh.
this is not the it's not the original ones.
Oh,
You
okay.
get. Oh, please stop. Come on, no pictures, please.
Please take it away.
Art, you gonna get rid of me, Art? Or am I
Did
gonna?
Art pass out?
Art, are you alive?
I'm back. Sorry about that.
Hey, Donald Trump has something he wants to say to you.
You know what that looks like? That looks like the John Lennon boxer from the 60s. It's got kind of a John Lennon face.
He says stuff too. Hold on.
Where'd
We're
you
gonna
get it?
build a wall. Making America great again.
That's
You
cool.
say China.
China.
Always remember 7-Eleven, he says.
Yes.
Oh, really?
7-Eleven, not 9/11.
Yeah, he says 7-Eleven.
Yeah, and then he says WWII.
Uh,
Look it up.
I think
Look
this
it
is
up.
supposed to be a negative Trump thing, but I saw it and I said, "Oh, I gotta have that."
I gotta have this thing.
So great.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap this up. I did not think that we were going to be able to go that long on the topic, but we did. And I think we had a good time. I hope everybody else did. But
Great
before I
show.
go, we all have campaigns and we all have YouTube channels. So you guys make sure that you go. If you're not subscribed, go over, subscribe, do it now. And I know that, Andy, your campaign is still in demand, right? Lilith?
Lilith goes in demand next October 1st.
Oh,
okay.
So Tuesday after the Bros, we'll probably be kicking up a stream for the last 60 before it goes in demand.
Okay, and Graham, you're in fulfillment now, right?
No, both my books are at the printers. I would just tell people go to my website for news and updates. And I'm working on Shinu 77. That's the next launch, which will be launching in October. The prequel to the original Shinu.
Sweet. And Aaron, you still have Wraith of God 3?
Yeah, it's going to be closing out probably next week. I am getting pages sent to the letterer. I just sent a batch yesterday. I'm getting some more ready for tonight. So I am now editing Aaron, going through fixing the script and getting the pages ready for lettering. And so hopefully be to the printers here soon. So
and Billy,
so back before it's too late.
Yeah, do it now.
Now, yeah, we have a Gatecrasher, the books. I got the notification from Jenabeth yesterday. FedEx called today. They are delivering our books tomorrow afternoon after 4:30 p.m. And then not next Wednesday, not in 2 Wednesday, we'll be launching Revenge of the Warrior, our next Indiegogo. So thank you for wonderful support.
Yeah, looking forward to that. And you guys, I still have Black and White Sins of the Father Volume 3 in demand. So here's the video. If this doesn't sell, you have to We have Aaron pitch this.
Tremendous artwork. I always say it, but it's so true. Tremendous artwork. What's he zeroing in on there?
Oh, you
Who
know.
knows?
Oh, you know it. You know it, bro.
The pillows of fun.
Oh, the fun.
Let's go motorboating. Yeah, so this is volume 3. This is 30 years in the making, you guys. Black and White originally came out 30 years ago from Image Comics. And we did gangbusters then, and I never let this dream die. It took a while for this new independent market to open up, and all of us on this show have helped pioneer it. And now we're back with it, and you guys are supporting this and supporting all of us, so we can make these dreams come true. And so yeah, we're back with Sins of the Father. This is volume 3. 3 and 4 will be a 2-part story that will get into the Sins of the Father storyline. So here's the main cover, you guys. We got robots. We got sexy booty priestess. What?
Boogie.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Look at that cover.
I
Look at
love
that
that
cover.
cover.
Thanks,
That is
man.
awesome.
And so then we have 2 books with this campaign. We have the High Octane Adventures. We're back with that. Volume 1 did really, really well. So we got Pedro Ang, Comicsgate's own Pedro Ang, back, and he'll be doing the artwork for this. And so yeah, if you haven't backed this one, pick it up. It's a 22-page one and done, all ages kind of story. Just good, clean fun. We got 4 different covers to choose from. We got the John Malin D cover. And here's a better image. And I want to show this. We just added these, you guys. So if you do not have a T-shirt, you need to get one.
Great
So,
shirt, bro. Great.
yeah, this was weird because I don't like white T-shirts just personally.
I don't either.
But I like this image. And I
Yeah.
was like, it's only going to work with a white background.
Yeah.
So I just put it on this shirt. And I was like, holy shit, I would wear this thing.
I like white
I
T-shirts.
love it. I love it.
I like white
I love
T-shirts.
So I'm with you, Aaron.
Yeah, I like this. I like dark shirts.
Hey, let's rock and roll, heavy metal.
Rock and roll juju, man. And so this is CG's own Salty, who didn't like the juju image that I chose for the T-shirt. And he said I could do better, and he did. And look at that sucker, man. That is rock and roll, baby.
Yep.
So we got those. And yeah, you can get both these T-shirts as add-ons. And if you go to the tier, you can get a discount if you back the black and white
Back the
T-shirt.
black.
See what I did there?
Ah,
All right, you guys. I want to thank each and every one of you for supporting this. We are 37,208. We are closing in on the next stretch goal. Let's keep the party going and keep backing. And thanks to everybody. Thanks to all my bros. You guys are the best. I look forward to this every freaking week. Thanks to everybody in the chat. You guys are badass mofos. Thanks for the super chats. Do appreciate it. And next week, is it Billy? It's Billy.
Monster. But we have a thing. It's a fundraiser to go to, so I might go at 9ish. So we'll talk.
Also, real
away, we'll figure it out.
Also, real quick, you guys, we've been playing with formats. Let us know in the chat we've been playing with a different time, like maybe going on later. So if you guys like the time slot that we're in, let us know. If it'd be more convenient for us to start maybe an hour or two later, let us know that too, because we've been going back and forth playing with different formats and stuff. So feedback is always a good thing. So once again, thanks to everybody, and we'll see you next